Morning, everybody. Well, it's March 4th, and you may not believe it, but it's actually maple season. But we got the tote set up here in the woods, and we definitely have some sap. We've already collected 25 gallons. I'm thinking there's another 40 gallons in there. We'll see how much is frozen and what we can get out. But it's about 33 degrees right now. It's still real light snowing, but it's also melting off the roof at the same time. So I think we'll be able to work with this. But first thing I got to do is the pump. My little 12-volt pump needs a new hose clamp on one of the hoses because it was leaking, and it's not leaking much, but I'd rather not lose any of the sap if I can help it. So let's take a look at it. All right, so I already got it off. This whole hose clamp was just, you try to tighten it and it just is skipping on the little grooves there. I'm sure the new one will probably do the same. They're probably just cheapy Chinese hose clamps, but we're gonna try another one to see if it'll hold tight. All right, let's see here. A little bigger hose or a clamp. I'm afraid the curvature of it might mess up this thing, but we'll see. Nervous to go too tight because then it won't. I'm afraid of going too tight. Alright, that's as much as I want to go before I strip that one out too. We'll see. Alright, we're going to take this up. I got to get the gator, the barrels, all that stuff, and hopefully the gator makes up in a couple inches of snow, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. Well, it took a couple runs up the little hill here, but we got close enough. Can see what we're looking at sap-wise. Last time I was down, that's about what we had. I figured we had about 40 gallons. I only got 25 out of the tote, but you know, the rest was frozen. All right, let's see. You know, honestly, there's definitely some slush on top. Oh, it's dripping right now. Oh, can you see that? Oh, it's focusing on the. It's focusing. Yeah, it's dripping real slow. So I guess it's running. Can't see what the other one's doing. But anyway, there's definitely a little bit of a crust on top, but there are spots where it's not, where it's dripping. It's not frozen, so we might be able to get more out than last time. We will find out. Well, we're up and flowing. Already got a few gallons in there. Problem I'm going to run into is the hose of the pump. It's got a curve to it, and it wants to sit up at the top, just under the ice. So I'm going to have to like hold it to keep it under there, and yeah, fun. How nice does it look? Just a fresh coat of snow on everything. Just makes everything look so nice. Oh, we're still pumping. Just about full. Switch it over. Switch at the same time without spilling a ton. Thank God for a little stabilization on the camera. Just about full, gonna have to shut her down. Got the pump hooked up to the Gator battery. Yeah, that's good. Oh, unhooker. Alright. 2 15-gallon barrels completely full. Yep, I almost went on the ground. This is what we got to work with. Slush and mud. Anyway, let's see what we got left in the barrel. Use the stick, hold the tube down. There's definitely some liquid left. You can see the ice kind of hanging up above. We'll just leave it alone, and it's supposed to be above freezing, so maybe some of that will melt and fall down in. But it's still dripping the line, so the sap is running. I don't expect that drip to add up to much through the day, unless as it gets warmer it runs a little more. But see, there's one of the lines running up the hill. Right or wrong, that's the way it's done. The other line's over here. Most of the taps on this line are way up the hill there, so plenty of gravity. Push it all down here. Alright, enough yapping. Let's now that we know we got sap to boil, let's go get a fire going and start boiling. Alright, let's see if we can get back down this hill. Take the brake off? Yeah. Alright, we're just sunk in our tracks, I guess. Got some weight for the rear tires now. It just means I won't be able to steer. Now we go forward. a locked rear axle, and because of that, this thing does not want to steer unless it's got a ton of grip up front. We got no grip. Like, it's just sliding. But we're kind of pointed where we want to go now. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it'll be fun getting a fire going. Everything's a little wet. Well, I think it's safe to say the fire's going. Wasn't too bad. Had some leftover material from building the deck that this little cutoffs worked good to split up and get going, and we'll ignore that. May have cheated a little bit to get this going, but it's going. Got more wood to split up and make sure we get it good and hot underneath, and then we'll get the pan on there and start boiling. Well, we're officially boiling. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. We've collected 30 gallons. I think last time I boiled, I was boiling off about 2 gallons of water an hour. So with 30 gallons, this would be 15 hours. Seems a little daunting, but we'll see what it actually ends up being. So that's why I'm kind of noting now in the video what time it is and where we're at. I'm also going to need to get some firewood. Last time I was down, I went up into the woods, cut down some standing dead trees and cut them up, and it worked great, but there wasn't really any snow on the ground, so getting around was easier. Now I think we won't be able to go uphill. We're going to have to go down into the thicket and down into the pine trees and see if we can't find something. Maybe something that broke and fell down. I don't know. We'll see what we can find. Well, you want to see what this genius did? Threw all those wood chips right in the sap. Beautiful. I'll have to strain them out, I guess, but I guess at least we got a little bit of wood. Not great. Alright, a little bit of an update. I've got one full barrel in the pan now. So 15 gallons total is into the pan. It's still about 5 gallons in the pan boiling, so that means we've evaporated about 10 gallons off. It is 5 o'clock now, so I've been boiling for 7 hours, and 10 gallons is a little less than what I had done before. I was closer to 2 gallons an hour, but this wood with the snow, as good, nice as it looks, it kind of makes things a pain in the butt. But yeah, we're making progress. We still got, you know, I don't know, as long as I can stay awake, I guess, 5 or 7 hours maybe, depending on how froggy I'm feeling. But I've kind of kept busy in the meantime. Went and grabbed a little wood out in the woods. Of course, it's all kind of wet too, but it was laying down but kind of off the ground, so it wasn't soaking up a lot of water. And I was up above. We have a ditch, or the trench, that went from the main electrical panel down to our little sub panel here, and I've never backfilled that ditch, so I was finally up there working on that. Soil's nice and soft. It's not frozen. The ground's not frozen at all, which is odd for this time of year, but I was able to get about half of it done. We'll walk up there and take a look. Well, sun started to pop out as I walked up the hill. That was kind of nice. But yeah, it's our electrical service that we put in, man, 2.5 years ago. So I had a ditch dug down to that sub panel. It's down through here. We've got this much of it backfilled now. Sure, it'll settle, and I'll have to. I probably won't do anything with it. Let it settle, and that'll be good enough. I've had to chip out the snow, then pull the dirt. Between a pick and a shovel, it's been working. It's just kind of slow go. But I got more than half of it filled in. You know, so the bottom half, or the bottom little bit, is filled in, except for right at the panel. And it's just really this part right here. So, better than doing nothing, just sitting and staring at the fire. Alright, let's go up and see. So we got an empty barrel. Since we have an empty barrel, we'll go see what we can get out of the tote. Probably close the tailgate, or else I'm going to lose the barrel. Or I'll just strap the barrel in, since I'm going to have to do that anyway. One-wheel peel mode now, and it seems to go faster. So, and I can steer, so we're going to see what we can do. Alright, we'll get set up. We'll fire it back up to get the pump going. Alright, we'll see how many times the phone falls down. Got you propped on top of the barrel. Well, there's definitely some liquid still, but we'll see how much sap we can actually get. Alright, I gotta take the lid off the barrel to see if I can do it without knocking you down. Oh yeah. Alright. See how much we can end up actually getting out of this. I don't think the ice melted much, but let's see. Some fluid down there. Alright, it started sucking air. We got another 4, almost 5 gallons. But it's completely empty now other than the ice. So if this has got, we'll call it 5. I collected 30, so we had 35 plus the 25. So we got 60 gallons already, and that's what I got last year. And ended up getting about a gallon and a half of syrup out of it, so that 40-to-1 ratio kind of held true. This year's weird with how warm it is. I don't know what it'll be. Heck, I hope this sap is all okay. I don't think the trees are budding out yet, which is kind of a sign that the sap's going to start turning bitter. So I don't know. We'll see.